I'm over the idea that women expire as they get older. Why do men get to age like fine wine, but women expire?
Good question.
Because a man's value in the dating market is not as closely tied to his youth, fertility, and physical appearance. And the fine wine reference is about a man's ability to build wealth and status, which will increase his value in said dating market.
I'm just gonna get hotter as I get older. That's the plan for me. So in 10 years, I'll be exponentially hotter than I am now, and I have no expiration date.
If she manages this, then she'll have achieved something that no woman has managed before. She'll have bested the unforgiving wall. As things stand, this is an opponent that remains undefeated.
There are no more eggs in my basket. Mother Nature's just giving up on me. The bitch is leaving me high and quite literally dry.
Welcome to the Everyman Show.
Tell me why, okay? Tell me why. I very reluctantly get onto dating apps here and there, knowing damn well I'm not dating right now. It's one of my toxic traits. I don't want to talk about it, okay?
Boo. She doesn't want to talk about it because she's addicted to the external validation and the dopamine hit of getting matches, which feeds her narcissistic supply.
But what I do want to talk about is how I felt like there were so many old men. I'm like, why are there so many old men on here liking me? Why? What is happening? What's happening here? Then I realized these men are my age. These men are my age. I'm old. When am I going? What's not clicking, Rachel? What is wrong with me? I'm over it. I'm calling the cops. I'm disgusted.
She asks what's wrong with her, but she's already given the answer.
I'm old. When am I going? What's not clicking, Rachel?
Where did you dig up that old fossil?
Some women need to accept reality and shop within their price range.
Fact.
Either that, or stop complaining and withdraw from the dating market.
I'm 31 years old, and I've spent the last 6 of those years primarily single. So I've developed a short list of immediate red flags and some green flags.
You have earned a fling with a random dude.
And the first red flag for me is when somebody's too much too soon. Like if somebody has to talk to you 24/7, if somebody's calling you babe before a first date, if somebody plans too extravagant of a first date. I feel like that's them trying to distract you from who they are as a person with these shiny things, with these materialistic things, so that you don't really notice the bad qualities that they have.
At 31, she's holding up well, but she's still hit the wall and may have been on the dating carousel for the last 6 years. However, she raises an important topic that everyone needs to be aware of, and that is the concept of love bombing. This is a dating strategy that many ladies will use as a means to manipulate men to get what they want.
True.
You just started dating someone and everything seems perfect. They're attentive, generous, and make you feel like the most attractive person they've ever met. But do they come off a little too strong? Are they calling or texting you excessively throughout the day? Do they profess their love for you only after a few days or weeks of dating? This is a red flag early on in a relationship that should not be ignored. For those unfamiliar with the term love bombing, this refers to a form of emotional manipulation that consists of a person moving too quickly at the beginning stages of a relationship and showering the other person with praise and affection. To be clear, romantic gestures and affection are completely normal aspects of dating, but it can also be a sign of something sinister if done excessively right from the start.
Fact.
If you want to reduce your chances of being divorce-fleeced in the court system, you need to be acutely aware of this dating strategy.
You're goddamn right.
By remembering the practice of love bombing, it might stop you from being manipulated or even losing half your stuff.
I've sometimes gone on 3 dates with a guy to like make it seem like you don't want to like be too easy on the first date. Mm-hmm. And then once we have sex, like after 3 dates or however many dates, they will ghost me.
So you'll wait the 3 dates, you'll have sex, and then they'll ghost you.
Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
What does that feel like?
It feels pretty shitty because it's kind of like, I don't know, you just put yourself out there and you like expect somebody to have basic respect and decency for you.
Are you serious? No one owes you respect because respect is earned. You show someone respect because you respect them.
Come on!
Men will sometimes pretend to respect you to access bedroom fun. Women will sometimes pretend to respect men to access resources. That's the game, and the game is messed up.
And they just don't. They made their intentions very clear. Like when they ghost you, like once you've given them what they wanted, once you've benefited them, they don't have any use for you anymore.
Welcome to the real world.
So some of you have been asking me my worst one-night stand story, and I thought I'd share it with you.
Are you serious?
So he came back to my flat in London. We did the deed. The dick game was strong, you know. I was really happy. And then in the morning, this is where things got weird. This is where I personally felt violated. So he decided to get up, open my fridge, which is already violation number 1. Like, I would never open someone's fridge, especially of someone who I'm having a one-night stand with. Like, you know, it's not my stuff. Like, why do you feel comfortable, like, getting stuff from my fridge?
Good question.
Maybe because you invited him into your house, and then your bedroom. So at that point, going into the fridge doesn't seem so unreasonable.
Bingo.
Plus, you're dealing with Chad here. Chad does what he wants. And yes, that includes going into the fridge and making himself breakfast after he's smashed.
So, violation number 1, he opened the fridge. He decided to make himself a full-on fry-up. I'm talking eggs, crispy bacon, a hash brown, like a full-on fry-up. So he made himself breakfast, leisurely ate it, and then left. He didn't even ask me, didn't even have the courtesy to ask me if I would like some breakfast. So helped himself to my kitchen. I'd been violated in my own gaff. Fuming.
Her anger is misplaced. The root cause of the violation was in her decision to invite a stranger into her house and her bedroom without properly vetting him or establishing clear boundaries.
What a floozy.
She doesn't recognize this because we know that for many modern women, accountability is her kryptonite, logic is her arch nemesis, and deflection is her ultimate defense.
Fact. Men really just don't want us to have standards. Because I'm thinking about, I met a guy to go on a date, right? We had matched on a dating app.
Raw dog and some randoms.
And we were going to go to City Island. Why were we going to go to City Island? Because I was going to go there anyway. And he was like, oh, I'll go with you. Then when we're on the way to City Island, he changes his mind. And he's like, actually, like, that might be a little bit too far. Let's like keep it local. And I'm like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. And so then we're going to go to Wendy's to get 4 for $4.
What the
right?
Bruh.
Instead of going to Wendy's, he took me to a motel.
Oh my God.
That's... What?
The man has sized her up and decided that she would be so desperate and so low effort that he would be able to take her directly to a motel to fornicate. And he was right. Did she object to this? After all, women are the gatekeepers of intimacy.
True.
Okay, so this is for all of my single over 30 people. Is anybody else just over this hookup culture? I mean, I get it. I'm online. I'm trying all these things.
That's nasty.
What happened to romance? What happened to a little bit of chivalry? Whatever happened to all of the nice things that men used to do instead of everyone asking us, what are you doing? Can I come through?
Romance and chivalry are becoming a thing of the past.
That's right.
Women decided long ago that they no longer required romance and chivalry for a man to gain access to their bodies.
No way!
The sexual revolution and the Ephemist movement played a big part in this.
It's open.
I don't go out on dates with guys who don't open the door for me.
Really?
Really.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Here's Suzanne Venker talking about the problems men have regarding romance and chivalry.
I can do it by myself. I'm strong enough. You don't need to hold the door open for me. You don't need to pay my way. You don't need to basically anything that's sort of traditionally male and female in terms of the courtship is just gone. And after so many years of hearing that, my argument is that men have effectively said, okay, well, you said you don't want it, so I guess I'm not supposed to do it. And if I do it, then you're going to be insulted. So they're really lost and confused about what it is that women want.
And here is the Ephonist movement's view when asked whether or not women ended chivalry.
I wouldn't go as far as to say that women kill chivalry, whether you look at from Cardi B to Beyonce or working moms like myself. What we have done is we have evolved the conversation of what it means to be a woman in today's society. And what that means is, you know, we're doing it all. And it basically means that men have to basically rise to the occasion to meet us where we are. We are not, you know, the mothers of our past, and there was nothing wrong with that. But we are getting our arms involved in a lot of things, and we're busy doing and juggling millions of things. So chivalry is not dead in the essence of we don't want men to open doors for us. But what we are saying is, you know, you have to handle us.
Shut up!
The modern woman wants to have her cake and eat it.
True.
But a non-traditional woman should not expect a traditional man. I'll leave a link to the full video below.
Is there any real men out there at all?
By using the term real man, she's using shaming language because she's really only talking about Chad, a romantic, chivalrous Chad who has interest in her. What she's failed to realize is that Chad disappears once the wall arrives.
It wasn't even like a little bowl of cereal, you know, like some Cocoa Pops, bit of milk. It was a full-on fry-up. He used my eggs, my Burford Browns that I bought from Waitrose. I should have asked him for the money back, you know. But yeah, I would say that was definitely my worst one-night stand experience.
You know what's wild? In the last year, I went from a body count of 1, the one guy I'd ever been with, to now I have a body count of over 110.
I did it all for the nookie.
Like, I wasted no time.
Ladies like this should remember that the internet, much like the wall, has always been and will forever remain undefeated.
Because the word of the day is raw dog.
So I'm looking for my country man. If you're out there, if you love country music, if you like going on road trips, being in the outdoors, bonfires, dancing, just living a simple, wholesome life, please DM me.
Ooh, it's a lady.
She's attempting to present herself as a lady and wants to date a man who lives a wholesome life. But is she herself a wholesome individual? Let's check her other videos to find out.
Damn, girl, you got some beautiful lips. You should see the other ones. Huh? Huh?
Help me, stepbrother. I'm stuck.
That's nasty.
Do these videos look like the kind of content a wholesome woman would produce?
Not really. No.
Being wholesome requires a person to be pure, respectable, and non-corrupted. Someone who's capable of living a decent, proper, and clean existence.
Yeah, obviously.
Dating apps don't work. I haven't found him out in person, so maybe I will on TikTok, so.
Bruh.
Doesn't hurt.
She wants a wholesome gentleman, but she herself is not a wholesome lady.
You better not be saying what I think you're saying.
What we might have here is a solipsistic entitled modern woman with chameleon-esque tendencies. Men need to be wary of this kind of behavior because the chameleon is capable of pulling the bait and switch at any time.
True.
I'm 36. Single. No kids. And that's okay, because I know my one is out there. Wherever you are, I love you.
At 36 years old, the likelihood of a woman meeting her Prince Charming is low. Not every pot has a lid. The next two clips show the same woman, going from 37 and then 38. Note the difference in tone from the last clip.
37, single, no kids. notices nothing but red flags in any man she dates.
Later.
Hey y'all, so if you are new to my page, welcome. I just wanted to make a quick video because you're going to see a couple of different things. You're going to see information about my egg freezing journey.
No! God, please, no! No!
An egg freezing journey is becoming increasingly common on social media. This is usually marketed under the guise of women's empowerment and women taking control of their own destiny.
Subvert the patriarchy.
However, the potential issues surrounding egg freezing is also something many men need to be aware of.
The shit's chess, it ain't checkers.
Egg freezing can cost $15,000 to $20,000 per cycle, which is a single batch of eggs. It often requires multiple cycles to increase chances of success.
This place is bullshit.
An egg freezing clinic might tell you our success rate is X, and you might think, oh, that sounds good. What they may not tell you is that that is based on donor eggs of 25-year-olds, whereas actually you're a 38-year-old, which is the average age of most people who go to egg clinics, and therefore your chances are much lower. So you are not that number that they're showing you.
Obviously, egg freezing is extremely expensive, but it should also be understood that the process is often not as effective as is advertised.
We spoke to Professor Robert Winston, Britain's leading fertility doctor and pioneer of IVF treatment. What he said was, it's quite powerful stuff. Women are being conned by private IVF clinics. The field is being driven by profit, often at the expense of patients. National statistics show egg freezing is extremely unsuccessful, as it has an overall success rate of less than 10%. He came on here once, and I'll never forget his words. He said, "We are peddling in disappointment."
You're goddamn right. So why is it important that a man be informed on these issues?
I have no idea.
First, some women will ask their partner to split the cost of egg freezing.
What?
Second, some women can't afford the process, so the parents, most likely the father, will end up paying for it.
Say what now?
And third, any man that's attempting to become a father via frozen eggs should be prepared for heartbreak because the procedure is so unreliable.
Good call!
Yeah, I wish somebody would have prepared me for the dating world after my divorce. I had no idea that so many grown-ass men still like to play petty games. Like, seriously, I am 100% content by myself.
Denial ain't just a river in South America.
She's making TikToks complaining about men. This alone suggests she's not 100% happy by herself.
I am very capable of making myself happy and providing for myself. I am busy. I don't have time for games. I am trying my best to be successful in my job. I'm trying to build a home for me and my kids. I'm trying to stay healthy. I'm trying to maintain relationships with my friends and my family. I don't have time for stupid games. I don't have time for it.
When a woman says she no longer has time for games, it's usually because her sexual market value is not what it used to be. She knows that time is running out for her to hit that buzzer beater. When she was at peak sexual market value, it's likely that she herself was the one playing games, because at that stage of her life, she had the upper hand.
So, just throwing this out here, if you want to come into my life to cause chaos and confusion and to play stupid games, just leave me alone. Seriously.
The men are probably not looking to cause chaos. More, they're looking to either smash and dash or be able to have bedroom fun without any commitment. This is an issue women need to face when they've hit the wall and their sexual market value has declined.
Last time I was single, I was 24 and the dating pool was everyone. And now it's like a shallow puddle of age-appropriate men who are old and gross, and I don't want to do that.
What? This is what happens when water seeks its own level.
Nothing haunts you like the choices you don't make.
Exactly.
So I gotta be real with you guys.
When guys in their late 20s spend their weekends going to nightclubs and hooking up with 18-year-olds.
You look like clowns.
She looks like she's in her mid to late 20s. She's noticed that the men in her age cohort seem to prefer younger women. But is this true? And if so, why?
The reason 18 and 19-year-olds are more attractive than 25-year-olds is because they've been through less dick. I'll say this right here on the internet. I don't give a shit. People will sit there and go, oh, you can't say that. Yes, I can. A 19-year-old is more attractive than a 26-year-old woman, and I'll tell you why. Because that 26-year-old has talked to more guys, been to the club more times, been more places, been f***ed and dumped more times, more arguments, more heartbreak, more bullshit, more mess for me to clean up.
So a woman in her mid-20s is likely to have more personal baggage. As a result, there's probably going to be more mess for a man to clean up. Maybe this explains why, when a woman reaches 30, her dating options, along with many other things, begin to dry up.
I'm in a stage of life where I'm watching all my friends get married and have babies and find love, and I had another talking phase yet again fall through. And my friend was like, you know, you'll meet the one day, don't give up. But now I'm at a point where I hope I don't, because what happens if I meet him and he wants kids and I'm too old to not be able to give him any?
Oh my God!
So it's easier for me to say I don't want kids.
This is sometimes referred to as the Epiphany phase. She's at the crossroads of acknowledging her decaying sexual market value and impending date with the wall. The wall, of course, being the threshold at which most women realize their lessened capacity to sexually compete with the next generation of women. No way! 30 years old is the general age. Women typically hit the wall.
And honestly, I don't know if men have caught on to this yet, but like, our standards have risen and they're gonna keep rising. So those old tricks, those old games you used to run, it's not gonna work anymore. The only thing that's gonna work is that you get therapy, you grow, you fix yourself, because we don't give a anymore, okay? We're out here making money, running circles around you clowns, and it's just not gonna happen. So until you decide to look in the mirror and check yourself, okay, we don't want anything to do with it, because the dick isn't that great. Y'all are not even emotionally intelligent. You can't pay a bill. What can you do?
This is an example of a woman who's not realized she's hit the wall, and she's hit it hard.
Bingo.
You are the one common denominator in all your relationships.
No!
Value attracts value, and trash sticks to trash.
True.
If you can't pay a bill, you better bring the emotion and bring the dick. If you can't bring the dick, you better bring the emotion and bring a bill. You gotta pick one. You can't be missing all three. What the do you think this is? It's one thing if we didn't have high standards because we're not pulling our own weight, but we are pulling our own weight. Half these women out here, no, period, point blank, we have built our own table.
This is coming from a lady who can't even brush her own hair. Remember, a table without legs is just a board. By and large, men don't care about a woman's career, finances, or her achievements. She stayed in the casino for too long and has become jaded and bitter.
That's nasty.
She should have cashed in her chips many years ago. She's now praying for an unlikely and winning hand.
Pathetic.
My name is Erin. I am 40 years old, never been married, and I coach women on how to date.
It's possible to give good advice, even if you yourself can't follow it. But you set a bad example, and people won't take you seriously.
Boo.
Like an out-of-shape personal trainer or a dentist with rotten teeth.
Pretty crazy, huh? I've gotten a lot of shit for it. People think that because I'm not married that I shouldn't help other women date.
You're goddamn right.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not here trying to tell people how to have a successful marriage. Lord knows, I don't know anything about that one.
This is the problem with dating coaches. They don't require real training or qualifications.
What?
Anyone can decide to be a dating coach and then charge desperate people tons of money for their so-called expertise.
However, I would much rather take a dating advice from somebody who spent 20 years in the trenches making all the mistakes, doing all the things wrong, and then figured out how to do it better than somebody who only dated a handful of people and got married and has been married for God knows how many years.
What the
So by doing everything the wrong way, she thinks she has a good handle, at least on what not to do.
Clever girl.
There's a logic to this. But her view would carry more weight if she herself was now married.
Sure, they probably know something, but they don't know what I know when it comes to dating. I've experienced it all, I've done it all.
She's the village bicycle.
I've made all the mistakes, and now I coach women so that way they don't make the same mistakes that I did. They're able to get to where I'm at faster and easier. And they don't have to go through all the bullshit that I've been through. That's why I coach women in dating.
Everyone's had a ride.
Why would someone want to get to where she is at all, let alone faster? Old Father Time came to collect many years ago. Unfortunately for her, she's now a leftover woman.
What a loser.
Somebody referred to me the other day as an older lady. Older lady? I don't want to be an older lady. Please refer to me as a queen-ager. Thank you.
There are a lot of studies on this, but it's broadly agreed that 35 is the age when humans are perceived to no longer be young anymore. So describing a woman in her 50s as an older lady is perfectly fair. I'll leave one of the studies to this below.
Okay, ladies, want to know what dating in your 40s is like?
She's more likely to be in her early 60s.
After bad online date after bad online date, finally find a decent guy. We're ready to go to the next step, get a hotel room by the beach, and last night, do the necessary things, do the plucking, do the shaving. Today, 2 o'clock, day of, send a text. I send the text saying, all right, you getting excited? You ready to go? Insert BS excuse here. Nope, can't go. Sorry, something came up. Okay, that's great. When did you find out? Oh, 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago? Nice. So, sure hope I can cancel the hotel. Nope, can't. Had to cancel an hour before. Yep, now I'm stuck with the bill. So, guess I'm off to the hotel by myself.
Her positive response to rejection has to be admired. But when a lady hits the wall hard, this is what happens. Her ability to negotiate with men reduces significantly.
Yeah, it's obvious.
Though lying about her age won't have helped her.
You motherfucker.
If you enjoyed this video, then here are some more you might appreciate. Please consider liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to help the channel out. Until next time, goodbye for now.